right phrase, come up with a catchy slogan. Sometimes you fix something by just changing one word. That's how a thought becomes a poem. Sometimes you fix something by just buying some time. Let things settle down. Sometimes you fix something by just being rude. Dirty jokes out there about it. Sometimes you fix something by just pulling some strings. Set things into motion. Sometimes you fix something by just having the clout. The juice to get the job done. Sometimes you fix something by just pulling right. Declare an end to the discussion. Sometimes you fix something by just giving them a lip. There's power in sarcasm. Sometimes you fix something by just showing respect. If they deserve it, give them some. Sometimes you fix something by just flipping up the bird. Though that invites retaliation. Sometimes you fix something with just a little paint. Color up those imperfections. Sometimes you can fix something by throwing the baby out with the bathwater. A cliché's okay if it's a good one. Sometimes you can fix something with just a good excuse. Say you were kidnapped by Martians. Sometimes you can fix something by just taking a boat. Settle on a course of action. Sometimes you can fix something by just taking a poll. Unregular with tricky questions. Sometimes you can fix something by just caring to spare. Crucial care of the malfunctions. Sometimes you can fix something by just being vague. People will look for hidden meanings. Sometimes you can fix something by just knowing some dirt. Blackmail's nasty but effective. Sometimes you can fix something by just standing firm. Achieve your objective. Sometimes you can fix something by just stepping back. See it from a new perspective. Sometimes you can fix something by just letting go. Don't be too overprotective. Sometimes you can fix something by just telling the truth, though that's totally subjective. Sometimes you can fix something by just telling the truth. Honesty is such a rare thing. But sometimes you can fix something by just telling the truth. Subject to verification. Sometimes you can fix something by not telling the truth. What they don't know won't hurt. Sometimes you can fix something by not knowing the truth. We all live with our delusions. Sometimes you can fix something by keeping the truth to yourself. Don't shatter people's illusions. Sometimes you can fix something by just taking a pill. Then call me in the morning. Sometimes you can fix something by just making a roux. That's how I once saved Thanksgiving. Sometimes you can fix something by just dropping a bomb. Teach the bastards a lesson. Sometimes you can fix something by just throwing a fit. Ventilate all your frustrations. Sometimes you can fix something by just eating some meat. Protein's a part of good nutrition. Sometimes you can fix something by just eating some meat. Vegetarians are boring. Sometimes you can fix something by not eating some meat. Cow farts are ruining the ozone. Sometimes you can fix something by just getting the break. Just be ready when it happens. Sometimes you can fix something by just sitting still. Wait for that flash of inspiration. Sometimes you can fix something by just sitting real still. They call that playing possum. Sometimes you can fix something by going to the source. Some things get lost in the translation. Sometimes you can fix something by just making a link. That's called concatenation. Sometimes you can fix something by just being strange, beyond all classification. Sometimes you can fix something by just branching out, if you get good distribution. Sometimes you can fix something by just hitting Control S. Computers are always crashing. Sometimes you can fix something by just finding a mate. There's nothing like a good companion. Sometimes you can fix something by just being alone. You always seem to get more work done. Sometimes you can fix something by just having a kid, then move to Montclair from Hoboken. Sometimes you can fix something by just throwing it away. Clutter's an anal compulsion. Sometimes you can fix something by giving it away.
Here you go, man.
We're now accepting donations. But sometimes you can fix something by just eating some corn. Clean out your colon. Sometimes you can fix something by just turning the page. Find out who was the villain. Sometimes you can fix something by just picking yourself up and get back in the running. Sometimes you can fix something by just making a few tweaks, subtle modifications. Sometimes you can fix something by not getting it fixed. Maybe you got stuck with the lemon. Sometimes you can fix something by just getting old, just outlive your competition. Sometimes you can fix something by just never growing up. Damn right the world owes you a living. Sometimes you can fix something by just being ashamed. Guilt's a valid motivation. Sometimes you can fix something by just blaming the world. Avoid all introspection. Sometimes you can fix something by just making a choice after weighing all your options. Sometimes you can fix something with a mnemonic device, an aid to memorization. Sometimes you can fix something with just a slap on the wrist, constructive criticism. Sometimes you can fix something by just getting spanked. Young man, I hope you've learned your lesson. Sometimes you can fix something by just making us stink. Love things way out of proportion. Sometimes you can fix something by just getting a Mac. DOS is such a lousy system. Sometimes you can fix something by just moving out. Try a trial separation. Sometimes you can fix something by just trying to hide. Nobody here but us chickens. Sometimes you can fix something by just fixing it in the mix, though that is lazy production. Sometimes you can fix something by just screaming, shut up! Now stop all this bitching. Sometimes you can fix something by just introducing yourself. Make a good first impression. Sometimes you can fix something by just blowing some smoke. The ancient art of obfuscation. Sometimes you can fix something by just hiring a flack. Improve your public relations. Sometimes you can fix something by just being a crook. Even Nixon got a pardon. Sometimes you can fix something by just getting a shot. Update all your vaccinations. Sometimes you can fix something by just being upbeat, brimming with enthusiasm.
something by just faking your death. Skip out on your obligations. Sometimes you can fix something by just getting a life. Everybody needs a mission. Sometimes you can fix something by just looking it up. Ask your local librarian. Sometimes you can fix something by just looking it up. Let your fingers do the walking. Sometimes you can fix something by listening to NPR, especially Morning Edition. Sometimes you can fix something by just losing your shirt. Bankruptcy means a new beginning. Sometimes you can fix something by just going to work. Fill out that job application. Sometimes you can fix something by just watching Fox, The X-Files, or The Simpsons. Sometimes you can fix something by just watching The Tick, the best thing on Saturday morning. Sometimes you can fix something by just writing a note. Give him a good recommendation. Sometimes you can fix something by just taking a look. Learn by careful observation. Sometimes you can fix something by just being a spy. Launch a covert operation. Sometimes you can fix something by ordering a probe, a blue ribbon investigation. Sometimes you can fix something by just saving the earth. How can we stand all this pollution? Sometimes you can fix something by checking the SCSI ID. You might need termination. Sometimes you can fix something by just being a bitch. Some men need lots of training. Sometimes you can fix something by just building a bridge. Try to form a coalition. Sometimes you can fix something by just drying it out. Shorts are caused by condensation. Sometimes you can fix something by starting from the top. Get it right with more rehearsing. Sometimes you can fix something by just explaining it again. Aim for clarification. Sometimes you can fix something by just making a switch. Try clever substitution. Sometimes you can fix something by believing in ghosts, witchcraft and divination. Sometimes you can fix something by just seeing a ghost. That gimmick always worked for Dickens. Sometimes you can fix something by just doing the right thing. Ethics matter in the long run. Sometimes you can fix something by finally seeing the light. But watch out for deathbed conversions. Sometimes you can fix something by just dragging your butt. Keep 'em waiting, keep 'em waiting. Sometimes you can fix something by just shaking things up. A total reorganization. Sometimes you can fix something by just being strong. Some jobs require heavy lifting. Sometimes you can fix something by just being thin, like Twiggy or Tony Perkins. Sometimes you can fix something by just being fat, like Green Street in the Maltese Falcon. Sometimes you can fix something by just being real versus imitation. Sometimes you can fix something by just being a fake. Invent your qualifications. Sometimes you can fix something by just being a quack. You still might have a gift for healing. Sometimes you can fix something by just being a fraud. Look what that did for P.T. Barnum. Sometimes you can fix something by just